Coming up on Mountain News this morning, almost 6 years after the shooting at Marshall County High School, the Commonwealth is still working on putting an officer in every school. And yesterday, there was a groundbreaking ceremony in Hazard for a new Veterans Affairs Center.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. The time is 6:31 on October 20th. Now let's check in with Chief Forecaster Brandon Robinson for a look at your forecast this morning. And really all there is to it today is rain.
Rain. Weather in a word, rain today.
Yes.
So yeah, but hopefully after this front moves through, it's basically on its way through right now, we'll see a break in the action and the rain chances should go away, but we still have another front to go. It's a drier front. It's going to bring in some colder air by the end of the weekend. Let's talk about what we have this morning though. Waves of it traveling in front of the front and behind the front. So we're going to be seeing rain basically off and on throughout the day. Another heavier pocket trying to work its way into the Lake Cumberland area back out toward I-75 as one exits the region going into parts of Southwest Virginia, East Tennessee, and Southern West Virginia. London Corbin Airport kind of looking back out to the west. Patchy fog out there this morning, but in a rain break for the moment. Temperatures though, 50s across the board out there, from 50 in Clintwood and Wise to 57 in Monticello. So we're going to continue to track the possibility for rain, maybe some rumbles of thunder out there, and temperatures only topping out in the upper 50s later today. Olivia?
Brandon, thank you. It's been almost 6 years since the deadly shootings at Marshall County High School, and yesterday Kentucky lawmakers were briefed on action plans put into place since a state law required officers on every campus and mandates regarding locked doors and security measures. The number of police officers working in Kentucky public schools is increasing, but more are needed. Out of 1,000 school campuses, 758 are covered by SROs.
We're still lacking, of course, numbers on our SROs and numbers on our mental health providers. But I do want to go over kind of the numbers for the SROs and mental health providers, because we're not going backwards, we're going forwards, and I think that's very important.
Wilcox also says 20 Kentucky districts have their own campus police forces. 2 people, including a child, are dead after what police are calling a murder-suicide in Southwest Virginia. It happened Wednesday at a home on Coburn Mountain Road in Wise. Just before 9 p.m., Wise County Sheriff's Office deputies were called to the home for a welfare check. When they went inside the home, they found the homeowner, 43-year-old Joshua Gardner, and a young child dead. Their bodies were sent to the state medical examiner's office for an autopsy. One woman is facing several charges following a raid earlier this week. It happened around 5 p.m. Tuesday in the premium community of Letcher County. Officers from multiple law enforcement agencies served a search warrant at a home there. Inside the home, officers found more than 400 grams of fentanyl, along with other drugs and nearly $2,100 in cash. Krista Blinken-Beckley was arrested and taken to the Letcher County Jail. 2 people are back behind bars in Pulaski County. Wednesday, a deputy with the sheriff's office received a tip about the possible location of one person they were looking for at a home on Chandler Street in Somerset. Police found Judy Hendricks at the home, who already had a probation violation warrant out on her. They were also looking for Christopher Hendricks, who had escaped from work release in April. He was at another home on High Street in Somerset. Deputies were able to arrest him as well. A man wanted in 2 states has been caught in Kentucky. The Pulaski County Sheriff's Office received information Wednesday about Cody Schneider hiding out in Pulaski County. Early in the morning, deputies went to a home where Schneider was staying on Fairview Road in Science Hill. They did not find him there, but later received a tip about him hiding out near a barn close to the home in the afternoon. Schneider was arrested and taken to the Pulaski County Detention Center. Police in Lawrence County are looking for a vehicle related to a theft that happened in the area around Food City and AutoZone in Louisa. Take a look at the picture on your screen. Officials with the Louisa Police Department say the vehicle is believed to be a light-colored Dodge Caliber. If you have any information about the case, contact Chief Greg Fugit at the email address you see on your screen. Officials with the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet say the reopening of U.S. Route 460 in Magoffin County has been delayed until next Friday. The road has been closed since October 9th due to the relocation of Ivy Point Hill Road. Highway Department officials say detour signs are posted along Kentucky Route 30, the Mountain Parkway, and Kentucky Route 7. One park in Pike County is honoring a former deputy judge executive for his contributions to the Hardy community. Hardy Park was dedicated to and named for John R. Phillips. WYMT's Madison Carmouche has more.
A new name and a new plaque for a community staple.
It's even going to be hard for me to say, instead of the Hardy Park, it's the John R. Phillips Memorial Park. I'm going to have to get used to that, but I sure am proud to be able to say it.
Folks gathered to celebrate not only the renaming of the park, but how much it has improved in recent years.
The park had fallen into a significant state of disrepair over the years when I came in as judge, and we made a commitment not only to rebuild the park, remodel it. We've made a lot of improvements, still a lot of work to be done.
Krista and Billy McCoy became caretakers of the park to make sure it was not forgotten.
And we've got a commitment from the county and we've got a commitment from the community, and hopefully we can get this park back to where we can keep not only the park as a vital part of this community, but also as an honor to John R. Phillips.
Phillips' children and grandchildren say that the park was important to Phillips from the time he brought the idea to the county decades ago.
And he came home one day and he said, we're going to build a park at Hardy. And I was in high school at the time.
Even when he was sick and he stopped driving, on the Sundays after church, I would drive him up here and we would look at the park and he would see what needed done and he would go back and make phone calls.
Richie says that having the park named after him was not his father's goal, but he knows that he is smiling down at them from heaven. In Pike County, Madison Carmouche, WYMT Mountain News.
McCoy says her next goal as caretaker is to update the walking trail at the park. A groundbreaking ceremony for a new Veterans Affairs Center was held yesterday in Hazard. There is already a VA clinic at the ARH Medical Mall. The new center will be 13,000 square feet in the Perry Plaza near East Perry Elementary School and Steak and Shake. Assistant Director for the Lexington VA Healthcare System, Phil Branham, says they want to help more veterans.
We're thankful to offer this new clinic for our veterans that we currently serve, but we're always wanting more veterans to come out and receive their health care. So the more veterans that we can take care of through the clinics, that's what we want to do.
Branham says this will allow them to expand their services and help more veterans in the region. He says they are aiming to have it completed by Veterans Day 2024. A flood survivor got the keys to her new home in Breathitt County yesterday. Folks came out to celebrate the occasion as it marks the Housing Development Alliance's 16th home for flood survivors. As efforts to rebuild Eastern Kentucky continue, Executive Director of the Housing Development Alliance, Scott McReynolds, says they were able to fund this house and others they are building through the Team Kentucky Fund.
So if you remember, after the disaster, people could call and donate money to help. We were really fortunate to get a very early allocation for 6 houses, and so this is one of those houses.
Lieutenant Governor Jacqueline Coleman was also there to give the new homeowner the keys. She says witnessing this means a lot. Yesterday, the Lieutenant Governor Coleman was in Owsley County presenting more than $1.2 million to that area. The money will go toward repairing roads, supporting cleaner water efforts, and local nonprofits. You can read more about this on our website at WYMT.com.
641 here on this Friday morning. We're tracking heavy rain across parts of Pike County. Let's take you on a bit of a tour here this morning, just to the east of Pikeville, basically over toward Belfry, Williamson, South Williamson, Phelps, all the way down to Elkhorn City, Dorton. Most of Pike County seeing some heavy rain. Buchanan, Dickinson counties, Grundy back in the heavy rain sector, Castlewood over there just out of our area, Norton, Lynch over in Harlan County, just south of Whitesburg and Jenkins this morning. Then we go to the west, this line approaching from the west, and you see bullseyes coming there for Pulaski and Wayne counties as this moves across. Let's take a look at our Somerset camera. Kind of in a dry spot right now downtown there, 55, so we'll continue to watch that. Temperatures basically in the 50s pretty much area wide, and they're going to sit there for a little while today because our breakdown only takes us to 59. Those rain chances pretty steady this morning. Could hear some rumbles of thunder at times, and then we see again those start to taper off slowly as we get into the evening hours. Friday night football still questionable at this point, but hopefully a little drier for some folks. Olivia?
Thanks, Brandon, and thank you for joining us. The time is now 6:42. Still to come on Mountain News this morning. Could the third time be the charm for Republican Jim Jordan? The House faces yet another vote to select its new speaker.